Morning, guys. So it's a bit dark. The house is still completely asleep. So this is Shane Carlisle, Smart Money Trading on the 8th of the 4th, 2022. A bit earlier again this morning. Try and get in front of the markets before they make the moves. Let's go through and have a look. I took a 1% loss through the night last night. It was all matched up. Looked nice. Didn't pull off. That's the game we're in though. This was the one here. See that? Had a nice mitigation. I was down in the lower time frames. Got the double mitigation. It broke out. Came back. But then it carried on. Lowest price since 2020. So yeah. That's the game, but it was a 1%. Doesn't matter. So we rinse and repeat. We had a nice pattern. That's what pulled me. We had the push down, the push up, back to the candle. It doesn't happen every time, but this is the probability game we're in. So I'll look at nothing on there now until, because we're in unknown territory now. I'd like to see something happen. Either a break to get this and then the sink again, or a break, create a move to bounce off. But at the moment, there's nothing on the EU for me. GC. So same again. Structure's been broke here, but it is only internal structure. I'd class this as my external structure because we had a big move. So we could either see a rejection off this big move, or now it's broke, we could see it flag back and take off. Let's just get rid of that line, get rid of that line. They've all been hard. Sorry, still not great. That I think is just a stop loss, is it? Yeah. So just to clear things up, get rid of that. No, not that one. That one. Don't know what that's doing there. I'll get rid of that. Okay. They would class that there for the big down push. And that was the up before the down. You've got the up before the down. There's a couple up here. Just trade carefully, zone, sort of get a warning there. Wait for the double mitigation. Wait for the structure to break again, and then the move to be created. If you can, I'd try and wait for double mitigation on most trades, just for the sheer fact that it's another confirmation. Some people like if it's down in the extreme, like here. See how that's the monthly extreme. They don't wait for the double mitigation because there's a high probability that you're going to flip reverse, which it did. Now we broke this structure, which gives me an area. I quite like the look of that, if I'm honest. So we've got a nice big engulfing setup. This is all a bit hibbery jibbery, building up money, building up orders. Yeah, right, we'll have you, but they are leaving. There is orders here. People will be trailing, so they will have to have a spike back to get rid of all them. It's just how far they spike back, but as that's where it broke in the hour, that'd be your ruling. But I like the look of that. You see how it's pushed through and then it's left that imbalance in the middle. It's the same again. I'd wait for a touchdown and then a double mitigation off that price. Or you could have a pending sat there with it being the hour, nice engulfing setup. Just for, that was the move That was the move there. So it falls inside the 71 and 88 zone as well. Yeah, so that's a really good. I think my friend Nathan's looking at the GC as well. But yeah, that'll be a really good. I know Martin is. Martin's looking at it as well. So we've got, that's your bottom. So that would be your bankers. But if we have an alert here, because that's a full day's trade, that. So then to drop over 200%, I mean, it can happen, don't get me wrong, but it's very unlikely, percentage-wise, is very unlikely for it to drop. That you'd probably get a 50% retracement. We're already at a 50% of yesterday, so there's no saying it can't give us another 50% today to then make the move up to here. There's a candle up here. What's 15 minutes saying? So yeah, see, I do like that. It's on that imbalance. It's like a ledge. See the bears, but then the bulls have took over. But that has been taken back with a double mitigation. Broke structure, came back, took their orders, took off. You know, it's just catching the right move at the right time. That's all. So it's all about your timings. See that move was created at 7 o'clock in the morning when London opened. The move happened when London opened, and then we waited. The market did its thing. New York, just out of New York, it touched. And then for the rest of the day, we saw profits. You know, so just out of London, we've had some consolidation. Tried to get through that imbalance, couldn't. So we've had one try. What's to say they don't come back down today and have another go to get that candle, get their orders, take off a beer. And that, if you were to long position and in order, I'd cover them wicks there. Even if you go to current price will give you a 1 to 3. Top price for yesterday, it give you a 4 to 4.41. I quite like the look of that. Yeah, really nice that. Good pick, Martin. Good pick, sir. Same again. I quite like the GC still. We are arcing. We've not had that push to a new price yet. And they do need, that's a lovely 15-minute setup there. I personally think we've created the high. See how it's starting to tip in the 15. So can have a quick look. Where does that fall? That falls just on the 88 and the 71. And same again, quite like that still. GC. If we are to cover you by rights, you cover you, but I'd always give it 10. Always gives you that little bit of breathing space for yourself. For a 1 to 3. Same again, it's quite nice that, quite a nice little setup. So yeah, quite like that. What's back here? See, there is that, but we've covered that, and we've covered, if we cover the stop loss was 12, oh no, 10. So we've covered that with the stop loss. See that? Oh, hang on. So you could, if you wanted to safeguard yourself, cover that move. So you're covering two moves really, for one stop loss. Just gives you that little bit of peace of mind. If there is a move in the background that is sort of in the same range, rather than going for that tight, you know, risk to reward, drop it a little bit, cover that move as well. And then if it does come down and want to take that move, because you've got a nice true flag coming up to there, and then that happened. So you pick that candle there. So that'd be the top of the candle at 8 pips. So yeah, I'd go probably 15, which would just take you under that green wick. And then you're covering two birds with one stone. That's all been taken back. That's been taken back. That's been taken back. So yeah, so again, it's quite a nice area that, but I would cover that move there. And then you're looking to go up to the 2-2. But I missed out this morning on a GN in the 1 minute. I was doing a little scalping when I first got up. But my spread was at 20 for some reason, because it's middle of night, I'm guessing. But anyway, GC looking at around there, the 2181. GJ. Now we've had some big move already through the night, but there is this sat here. We are climbing, so I personally think they're coming for this here. We took that back yesterday. What's going on down here? There's a little one down here, but they could have a massive rejection off this. This is top price line for ever, highest price it's ever been at. So we are just sort of fumbling back to it. So just be wary, we could see a massive rejection off this. Because I don't think the Japs will want their currency going. So for every pound, they're getting 165 yen. I don't think the Japs will want us getting more yen for a buck. So me personally, I think we're going to see a massive rejection off here. But for now, we are climbing towards it. If you look, climbing. It's quite a nice pair to follow because the trends are quite vivid and long. So I might make that my star pair as such. And particularly where we are at the moment, with this area, it's like a football game, Bears v Bulls. That's how I've been looking at it recently. The Bulls are in control, the Bears are trying to fight it back, but ultimately when the Bulls hit like a power up, they take off. It's just how you look and understand what's happening with the candles and the price. And I mean, if we go up to the daily, we are literally highest it's ever been, that. So I can't see him wanting to take it any higher. If anything, the Japs want it lower, so they're not giving away as much yen. That makes sense. So yeah, I think this is going to be my star pair, the GJ. Nice big long trend moves, and you can always sort of see them coming back to get their orders. They've just not made that. Pushed off, but not completely took off. So my reckoning is we're going to have a little spin round, come out in London, touch it, create a move like that. That should be there. 19. I mean, if you wanted to, you could cover. Why? It's not there. Yeah, so wick, cover the wick. Is there anything back here that we could cover with the same? No. See, there is that there. That there. But they could come back to get them little bits on the way back down. You know, it's what we're looking at. Okay, last down. Look at that. Literally to the pit nearly. Took off. That one, we've not been for that one yet, you see? Or that one. Say that one because that's the last down before the big up. But we've not been for that. So leaving crumbs on the way up, down, on the way up. Yeah, sorry, leaving crumbs on the way up, just as like little power ups on the way down, if you get me. Want to eat it and blast through, then it gives them the power to because they're gaining millions of pounds back just by hitting that one area. So where were we? GC, done GC, haven't we? Did I put a position on here? Yeah, so this is quite a nice one for this morning on the GJ. Have I got GJ on this morning? I haven't, but I quite like that. 1 to 2, if it's going to go, oh, you're at a 1 to 5, which all it's been doing is going up, so I'm guessing it's coming here. Oh, same again, could blast through, pick all this up. We don't know. Market does what the market wants to do. All we can do is look for patterns, see here, push up, push down, it's created a move. I'd like to see it before it comes for this, push up, break all this, let it touch down, take off. That'd be your target, because that's where the next move is. I mean, you could go there for a 1 to 5, that's not too bad. Same again, I'd always put that to 10. That'd be my target. So that's where the last move was. But I would like to see a break before that touch. Or what for here there. Touched, if you'd have covered the wick, you'd be in, but you'd be in this consolidation zone. You know, it works. It's just picking the right place. Yeah, look. Last up before the down move, cover your wick, you'd have caught that. Pattern, consolidation, push up, push down, come back for their orders, take off. You know, they're not all going to be pretty, big up, big down. Sometimes you have to adjust your eyes. Yes, we've had a box. I always make sure I put my 18 bar range on because that gives me an idea of what's happened through the night. And then as soon as London opens, I get a vivid line after that of what's happened while London's open towards New York. And then I get the aftermath of New York, and I will look, it's created the move just out of New York. And then we're through the night again, consolidating. It's all about the times you trade, in my eyes. If you want me to do bankers, you've got to be at the charts when the setups are happening. so you can be in with your pendings. And it looks like you could either just after 10, about 11 o'clock in the morning, 11 o'clock there, 11 o'clock there. Yeah, so round about 11 o'clock. So I'll probably say around about 11 o'clock today. So look again, 11, there's 11. 11. That one was after New York, but I'm guessing they've jumped up to get something from here. That's that one. You'd have drilled into that. You'd have probably got a 5-minute candle up here. See, it took them 1, 2, best part of 3 days. Why is that? 9 o'clock. Oh, that might be the one I moved before. But yeah, they've come back for that. It's like 4 days. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days. 4 days, sorry. But they came back. You know. So you get excited when it creates a peak. Because they've got to come back to that peak and possibly drop or break through. We don't know. But if your risk's right, you're not telling me that you set 4 of them up and all 4 are going to fail. If you're following the ruling, I personally can't see it happening, losing 4 in a row. If you're hitting all your points, there's no way. So yeah, sorry, GU. I'm looking. We've had a nice little box created through the night, pushed out, pushed down, collected this, sort of sprung back, but it ultimately has, it's not, I wouldn't class that as a breakup structure because it's only a wick. So in my personal opinion, we're consolidating, like building up power again. That would be a really nice one to pull off today, that, if I'm honest. 30494. Four nine 490. 490. I like 490. Let me put that down. But yeah, I like that area. Looks like that's going to hopefully it'll stay in that 18 bar range. And then just out of, see how we're just forming pre-London now. I'd like to see that sort of respect that for the next for the next hour or so until London opens. And then once London opens, either the spike up to break it, come back, collect the order they left there yesterday, just out of Sydney or just in Sydney. That's 6, yeah, Sydney. Take off. Be a nice 1 to 7 that if that comes in. Quite like that actually. Because we've had a couple of days just bouncing. It's Friday. There's a couple down here, but ultimately we're coming down, but they need to get that before they can go down any further. You see like how every four or so days they come back for a big order. Big order, 1, 2, 3, 4, come back for the big order, you know, rinse and repeat. They've not been back for this yet, so there's no saying they don't come up next week to get that. Gold, what's happening with the gold? Whoa. Okay, so we do still have this area down here. So very wary, watch out what you're doing area. that one hasn't quite been, if I was to drill, it's sat on the wick, but it's not actually took it back there, it tried. So we do have this area down here. Obviously there's a couple down here that I'm very wary of. As we say, they always need to come back to get them before they move price again. So there's got to be something major happen. Get rid of that. In the news, in whatever, just for them to push that price to that price. This is why we check the economic calendar in the morning to see if the fake news is going to move anything. Obviously, when the war went off the other week with Russia, gold had a massive spike and then a retracement, but it was just filling orders. That's all they were doing. Okay, so February, and we had the spike, and we hit that with Russia in March. You know, it's a bit clogged with things, but you can sort of see the candles, and now we're sort of trailing. I personally see how we've just took them orders back there. So other than that, unless we're gonna come across some massive gold reserve somewhere, which possibly could happen. I can't see it coming back down here. See how we've had spike out there, 2021, they came back. They always come back. Broke a structure, come back. Took off, break a structure, come back. Break a structure, come back. So now we possibly see a break a structure. Need to break this to flag back. So ultimately, we're very bullish, always very bullish on gold. It's just temporary setbacks when they're coming back to collect orders, really. Not been very on it recently, guys. Me hurts constantly. Sniffling and snotty and coughing. It's not a pleasant sight, but we push on. Okay, so gold, yeah, still looking at this area for gold. It's not been touched. They tried to, but couldn't make it. That'd be still my area for gold, for pushing up to the 40s. GN. What's happening in the GN? So, see how we're climbing. It has broke, so that would leave that behind, and possibly one here. So to me, that looks like the slingshotting to get something. For then come back to get all this. They're not bothered about it. So I wouldn't be looking to buy in on any of that. That makes sense. Way down, no problem, because they always have to come. If they're looking to come down for a while, they always have to come back. If they're looking for short term to grab something and come away, which they do quite often on the GN. See here, orders filled, dropped. Couldn't make it. Come back to sort of true price before we had the spike. So it was just like a temporary dip. Couldn't make it, dipped again. But you had a breaker structure, internal structure, so you could have used that area and you would have got a move out of it. Obviously not some of the nice big moves that do come with this strategy, but if it turns blue for just a second, well, sorry, not just for a second, that'd be a bit silly, but If you manage to get a blue out of it, whether it's £1, £10, whatever, that is a win. Okay. Doesn't matter. But look, on the way down, they've left that. Look at that. Look at that. 17th of March, just before New York. Shows you what they can do when they pump so much money in. What are you looking at there? 123 pip push in one 15-minute candle. So I'd definitely say that's a banker's setup, wouldn't you? It broke so many levels of structure. So many. So that's got to come, they've got to come and get that at some point. That's a no-brainer. Look at the size of it. But ultimately we are downtrending. That's probably just mitigated something from back here, but I deleted it because it touched. And we've had a massive rejection off it. So that to me says, see how we've not really, that was just a short break. We're at the lowest for the month last month. We've just dipped down, I'm guessing, to collect some orders that were here. Now we've got a little bit of true price coming up. So matching each other, they've come back here. So they've left something there. Another nice big setup there. Go for a candle. So they obviously want them orders back that are up there before they make a move. Same again. You could see it blow through. It's quite a nice price on the way up. We've had a little bit of fumbling yesterday. 18 bars just bouncing. For me, that's been taken. So you've got this here for that last foot up as such. That you see how we've sort of respected it, creating orders up here, orders down here. People will be putting stop losses along here or buy limits or sell stops. So they're going to come down and take all them out just by coming for that candle. And we're sat here. So you could delete that off. Long position. Cover you. Same again. That stop loss as that's at 10. That candle. It's the same again. Give yourself some breathing space. Give it 16. Go to the price of today. We're at 1 to 5. Just if you get a wick in there and then go back to today's price. Probabilities will beat the game. I promise you. I do promise you. GBBNZD. What's mine sitting at? 89510. 895. Right, so mine needs changing. It needs going to 89325. Let me just have a look on that. Yeah, no, right. So see, GPB and ZD, we've already took them out. So why is that not showing on here? I've not got it wide enough. It's not showing different on mine. Showing different on mine. Shows that they already. You see it? They've already took them back. We've had the consolidation, push down, push up. Now we're coming back to get the order. Don't see why it's not showing that it's took them out on here. Let's have a look on here. GBP, NZD. $15. Yeah, it has took them back. It's not showing that on mine. So, yeah, I'm looking around here. I might drop that to half a lot, just so I can stretch me stop loss out. That'd be a good idea. So, GN, I might just sort that now. 1 minute. 048 GNZD 048. Is it GNZD? Yeah. 048 buy limit 89510. Delete. Chart 8930. Profit 90090. Okay, so that has actually been taken back. 9510 is where I'm sitting up with this. So that has actually been taken back. It's just not showing on here. I don't know why. If you are, it's been taken. It's not showing on there. Okay. So yeah, that's where I'm looking for this. Stop losses up somewhere here. Bit of 50%. GA. What's the GA doing this morning? So I've not been on it at all. We're just consolidating really in the GA. I'm going to push this yesterday morning. Nothing too mad off the charts. Looks like it's heading for that line above, personally. Just building up some momentum to get it up there and get it back. If we are carrying on down, that'd be your order. If we bust through, then they're going to leave something behind to then make the move. We are past the lowest of March. We've just come back into that sort of 88 zone here, 71, 88 for last month. So it's quite decisive, really. Could really do whatever it wants to at this point. So if you are going for anything here, wait for the double mitigation, wait for it to touch, break structure again to the downside, and then come back. Because it's very decisional. It could bust through, create a new price, start going that way, or you could see a heavy rejection and then a buyback. See here, heavy rejection, buyback, drop. Same again, rejected, dropped, and sank. came back, rejected, we've just consolidated. So it's like this, they've got their orders and then they've gone, oh wait, we may as well get that while we're here. Always wait for that double mitigation. So yeah, we're just going sideways the GA at the moment. Quite understandable. Bitcoin, something with the Bitcoin, same again, just going sideways. Although taking orders back everywhere, every chart, every time frame. Just got to make sure we're sitting in the right place. We had a big push from here around the 45.7 mark. Same again, we had another big push around the 47. And then there is still one left up at 48-ish. So it does look like they're trying to correct something. Well, it was that I've just deleted. There is a couple more down at 42. We're all sort of stepping down a little bit, but that we could see that as the break. So I'd like to see it sort of either break this and then come back and then take off. But it'd have to break this for me to flip me buy or sell. So yeah, I'm just going sideways for now until you could box it off, have a breakout line alert on it. Euro, GBP, lovely little signature gone off there out of pushed down, pushed up, pushed down, got their orders, but then they took off. You know, could have waited for double mitigation off that. Look what that's doing there. That's been taken. This is a good thing about when they get taken, because you can just delete them. They're not there anymore. Let's have a look at UJ. So there is, it's like they're having a swoop. Can you see that? But always coming back to get these peaks and then dropping again. So they're collecting everything on the way down. Possibly a little one there, somewhere in here. It's quite nice that. And then you've had that sharp up. So there'll be something in there, I'm guessing. No, because that's just one big candle. No, it's quite a nice price that. So yeah, I'd class that top one there as the next point. There is a nice one there after that big push. Then we went sideways, had a little move, trying to create momentum, move. See how they've consolidated, pushed up, pushed down, come back, took off. And they've just waterfall and dripped and dropped. Not bothered getting that because they know they've got to come back at some point to get it. But ultimately, we had the flip, so there'll be something in here. Gives us the top. It's broke the structure, but it never came back. So it doesn't happen 100% of the time. But same again, if we're stacking probabilities, it's going to have to come in at one point. There, you'd have come off one of these candles. You'd have got that move yesterday. UJ. Just had them back. See that? We've just broke the structure. Accumulation, push up, push down, push up. I'm guessing to get something from here. There's no boxes or anything on this for ages. I'll have to update. It's getting to the point where I don't need to now. I've got these and I can see what's sort of happening at the times that I want it to happen. And we've had that move happen. If I was to put fib on the move, that falls within me 71-70 zone. That's my fib zone. It's broke the structure there. Try to come back into the structure. Ultimately, now I'd like to see spike out, touchdown, take off. Yeah, it's a bit long-winded this morning. Sorry, guys, but it's a bit early for me. It was 4 o'clock this morning when I woke up. I just thought I'd get ahead of the game. I've got four pendings placed, and that'll be me for the day. I'm going to be travelling to pick Louis up. I've got him for a nice 9 days this time, which I cannot wait for. I'm going to get him to try and ride his bike if the weather's good. Hopefully he'll be pedaling away by the end of these 9 days. Have a blessed weekend, everybody. Peace out. I'll see you on the next one.